As opposed to other occasions when the ones being called hypocrites by Jesus are the scribes and Pharisees, this time they're the crowds. So if we want to identify with anyone there and enter the scene, we have to accept that Jesus is then calling us hypocrites. So why is he calling us hypocrites? He says, "You know how to interpret the appearance of the earth and the sky. Why do you not know how to interpret the present time?" We might think that he was only referring to that particular time in history when he was fulfilling the prophecies and working miracles. But we might also interpret it as referring to our present time and the time of our salvation, the fullness of time when the Son of God comes to save us. He is the main sign of that time. He is the sign of the time of our lives, the time of our salvation, and the time of our constant judgment. We should judge ourselves by our actions according to His words. So, if we interpret the present time without hypocrisy, we have to make constant and frequent examinations of conscience so that we can settle the matter on the way, instead of waiting until the moment of our death or our final judgment. And then ask for forgiveness, following the advice of St. Paul in the first reading, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another through love. And then, after assuming that attitude of humility, we can approach the Lord, the sign of the time of our lives, and ask for forgiveness. And we know that the most practical way of doing that is approaching frequently the sacrament of reconciliation. Therefore, I believe that the gospel today is an invitation from the Lord to approach that sacrament more frequently, to ask for forgiveness, so that we can bring to fulfillment what we hear today in the responsorial psalm. Who can ascend the mountain of the Lord? Or who may stand in His holy place? He whose hands are sinless, whose heart is clean, who desires not what is vain, he shall receive the blessing from the Lord, a reward from God his Savior. And the reward is eternal happiness, the blessing that comes with the salvation given by Jesus.